There are stories that refuse to die, stories that live on in the shadows, where fact and fiction become one. Some call them legends, others call them warnings. We call them invitations into the unknown. Welcome to Urban Legends Unleashed, where we search every state for the most bone-chilling and heart-stopping urban legends that still linger in the shadows of the places many of us call home. Good evening, everyone. I hope you're staying warm out there with the recent snowstorm. I know we are. As you've seen from the title of tonight's podcast, we're going to be going over the Flatwoods Monster of West Virginia. Joining me on tonight's episode of Urban Legends Unleashed is no other than your favorite person in the whole wide world, Mr. Conrad.
Am I the favorite? Eli?
I don't know, are you?
Anyway, hello, it's me, Conrad. Back again. Yeah, I know. You couldn't see me a lot of me. Finally introduced Ryan. But hello, everybody. This one is going to be a real good one. It is very interesting when we get into it, too. So, Ryan.
Yeah. I didn't forget this time. Little narcissist, you gotta have all the attention. But anyway, tonight's episode will have us traveling to West Virginia to explore the legend that is the Flatwoods Monster. A creature not only famous enough to have made national news, I have to say it like that because national is a very, very big deal, but
Very big.
but one that is actually still remembered to this day. Hint, hint, we're doing an episode on it, so clearly remembering. Conrad, now without a southern accent this time, would you mind telling us a little bit about the Flatwoods Monster and how it is still relevant in today's modern culture?
Yeah.
And pop culture, too. I should say that. I meant.
Okay, buddy. Calm down. I think they got it. Sure. On September 12th,
And there we go. The southern incident.
Based in Flatwoods, West Virginia, the Flatwoods Monster had its own very similar tale to the Mothman, like the Mothman, not to the Mothman. It's a whole other podcast.
That's its own cryptid monster on its own. The Mothman is very, very famous.
Anyway, even with its own festival, convention,
It's a convention.
popular games.
Let's just be fair. It's a convention just because, you have to pay to go there and it's only 2 days. And there's not much to do. It's more of a convention than festival. But anyway, continue. My bad.
And some popular games like Fallout 76 or a golf game we don't know.
Yeah, it's just really an old video game that has it in it for whatever reason. Who knows?
Why not? The stories of the Flatwoods Monster are still told to this very day. Like, we'll have a story later, Orion will tell it. I know you like hearing his voice. It's all nice and soothing.
Oh, yeah.
But would you mind telling us more, sir?
Oh, sir, I'm a knight now. I love it. But anyway, I will gladly tell you about our original stories here at Legends After Midnight. So, for anyone that is new here and to this podcast, the way this series is formatted, we will make an original story of the legend or cryptid with the tone of a vague campfire story. The ones that your parents used to tell you when you would try to go out into the woods at night while around the campfire just to scare you or teach you a lesson.
More so to teach you a lesson.
Yeah, more so to teach you a lesson most of the time. For example, tonight's original podcast, not podcast, well, I mean, it's original because we're the ones making it. My bad. Tonight's original campfire story is called The Night Something Watched Them from the Woods. This story will take place the same day as the first sighting of the Flatwoods Monster, only this one follows 4 T's. But before we get into that, Conrad, is there literally anything you would like to mention or talk about first? I don't know. I said it like that. Go for it.
Like you sound so mad and then so glad.
Don't ask me, man. It's been a long day. We just got done recording another video before this.
Or, I know it's a little early on in the podcast, but who cares? I mean, it's a you'll find it. But don't forget our store, other channels like our version Arcade Nights and our paranormal investigations here at Legend After Midnight, where we go do creepy stuff. Like
No, whoa,
levels.
hold on. I need to verify. When we say creepy, we don't mean like stirred your window creepy. We mean in paranormal investigations, buddy. And I'm
Like wow, actually seeing stuff. Like Edna's Bridge, we did see a black figure there, and nobody was in a whole black suit. It is not fake.
yeah, we don't stage anything. We will have like little funny skits where we do stage some stuff, but it won't be in our paranormal investigations. It'll be in our abandoned
Yeah.
series where we just go there, look at the place, and just have some fun.
Yeah.
And most of those will be there
Okay.
today. My bad.
Also, if you go check out our store, we'll have some merch there. We'll make some more merch than what's on there currently. I know it's not a lot, but I would still go check it out. It's cool merch. It's some glow in the dark stuff, a cool hat.
Yeah,
So
we get it.
awesome.
You like the glow in the dark one that you designed yourself, buddy. We're proud of you. Good job. We get it.
But it gets better. With every purchase goes to a wounded veteran charity of your guys' choosing or ours if you guys can't make up your minds.
Such as like the
Mm.
Wounded Veterans Project or stuff like that. Just, just
And where to find this merch is urbanlegendsunleashed.com. Yeah. I don't know why it's kind of like this.
yeah.
But anyways, back to the video. And the Flatwoods monster has another name. It is called the Green Monster. Or simply just called an alien. But more about that later.
Yep, while that is true, the Flatwoods Monster is also referred to as the Green Monster. No comment. I was about to say something, my bad. Or an alien. The reason for that is because of its appearance. But you'll have to keep watching to hear about something that I can't give to you just yet. Because, I can't give you too much yet before we even start. However, what I can tell you right now, as of this moment, what I can tell you, the appearance may actually shock you. I can say, personally, when I was first researching this and looking it up, the appearance actually did kind of surprise me a little bit. Because when you see something like that, it's kind of weird looking. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Yeah. On that note, Conrad, is there anything you're looking forward to talking about with this legendary creature of myth and shadow?
Well, I am curious how the story is going to be and how to tell it.
And spoiler, I'll tell it the way I want to tell it.
Yes, we know you love telling your stories how you want it. But I'm also curious on the history. It also reminds me when you look at the creature, if you just look up random pictures online, reminds you of Vision from Marvel comics or movies.
Yeah, fair.
But I'm more interested in the history and whatnot. Yeah. But is there any last comments you want to say before we get into this long story?
Yeah, it is a long one, I know. But before we get into tonight's story, I would like to ask everyone, please, for the love of God, please go like and subscribe before we get into it. I mean, that's a lot to ask because you guys been here for like, 2 minutes, 5 minutes now? I don't know. As as we do actually work hard on these videos and podcasts, while working normal jobs, we work 40 hours a week and still try to manage time. That's why we're so spacey between videos, as we're still working full-time jobs while doing this. So any support anything, literally anything from you guys is deeply, very deeply appreciated. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Very, very much so appreciated. Anyway, enjoy.
No, it doesn't sound like it, but he does mean it.
Anyways, enjoy tonight's story.
Story time.
The night something watched him from the woods. The Flatwoods Monster. The following story is based on true events that took place on September 12th, 1952. It was mid-afternoon in the small town of Flatwoods, West Virginia. The sky was just turning orange as the day was winding down to an end. The sun was starting to set. When a group of teens were outside enjoying the warm air of late summer, John and his small group of 4 people, made up of John's younger sister Beth and his 2 friends, Scott and Bobby, while heading through the
Bobby.
What about Bobby?
Go, Bobby.
While heading through the woods, I almost said story, my bad. The woods on their way home, John, being the oldest of the group, was up ahead, leading the way, being the older guy in the group.
Oh, the whatever. More so sibling, it feels like. But anyway, I was like, shut up now.
As I was saying, John, being the oldest in the group, was up ahead, leading the way as the sky began to grow darker and darker. So, as they were walking down the trail, they began to go uphill. Now, normally, this really wouldn't be anything alarming because this isn't anything they haven't done hundreds of times before on this trail. Only this time, they saw just at the top of the hill what looked to be a red, glowing, illuminating red light just completely lit up the area. As they saw this, John stopped and looked at the others, confused, saying, wait here, I'll go up first and see what it is. His younger sister, Beth, protested at first, saying, no, let's just go the long way out. But before she could even finish, John was being the oldest, and also in front of his 2 friends, didn't want to seem like he was afraid, so he ignored her and began up anyways. On his way up, Scott hollered up the hill to John, offering him, hey, I can go up with you. But again, John, being the oldest and didn't want to seem scared, just waved him off, saying, it'll only take a minute, I'll be down. I'll be right back. After that, Beth, Bobby, and Scott all stood there and watched as John went over the hill, up just over the top, out of sight, towards the light. Just moments after seeing him go over the hill, Bobby looked at the other 2 and said, I really don't think we should be here. Before the 2 could respond to what Bobby had just said, John came barreling over the top of the hill, sprinting and yelling, run! What with the look of pure terror on his face. They didn't hesitate. They all went sprinting with John. They didn't stop until they reached the tree line that opened into John and Beth's yard. By the time they all had gotten back to John and Beth's home, it was completely dark outside. There were stars in the sky. You couldn't see in front of you. But not wasting any time once they made it to the yard, they ran straight to the house, ran inside, making sure to lock the door behind them. Now, completely out of breath, Scott looked up at John and he asked, what did you see up there? Bobby then added, yeah, I've never seen you that scared in your life, man. Before John answered, he walked to the window and checked, peeking out the curtains and checking to see if anything followed them. Just gotta make sure. Noticing this, Beth asked, "What are you looking for?" John then looked at the bag, now heading toward the table to sit down. He began describing what he had seen. Uh, I'm not sure what I saw, but what I do know is that it is over 10 feet tall. It was red, had a green face too, that, that really seemed to glow. And it had these huge claws for hands. After that, his words seemed to linger in the air as they all looked at each other, now pale and silent, not knowing what to say or what to call what he had even seen. The creature John had seen that day had reportedly been seen by three boys, a dog, and a mother. They would go on to tell the local police, and after that, a newspaper headline would come out, bringing the legend of the Flatwoods monster to life. My apologies for any mispronunciations in that. That's my bad. I stumbled a little bit. Sorry. And we keep, for some reason whatsoever, I don't know why, we keep wanting to say Flatwood monster instead of Flatwoods, and we keep messing it up. But yeah, anyway, on to you, Mr. Conrad.
Well, that was a long story. So, with that being said, here's a sneak peek of our upcoming projects. Yay! And sir, insecure dog. If you like what you're hearing and you want to see more of these podcasts, please be sure to like and subscribe. Also, go check out our other content, like the gaming channel, which the background footage, what you can see, is what we've been using from if so that's where it comes from. So be sure if you want to go see those gaming videos, go to that channel. We do all sorts of stuff like FNAF, Bigfoot, Liar's Park, many others. Like also we'll be also doing some big stuff with it, like Dead by Daylight skits or Schedule One shorts, or a another one called Stupid Craft, where we're playing a game called Minecraft. With
I think everyone knows what Minecraft is. You could just say Minecraft.
okay,
But
let me continue.
okay, oh,
And Orion. If you want to see us go investigate a paranormal spot, please leave a comment below, and we'll be sure to go there and do an overnight investigation. That will be posted here on the main channel, Legends After Midnight.
God, you sound so exhausted, man.
It's been a long day.
Yeah, like,
Also, go check out our Instagram page and TikTok. Almost forgot. Where our funny videos and behind the scenes footage and pictures of the place will be posted there at Urban Legends Unleashed 24YT is the Instagram, and then the TikTok is, I'm pretty sure he dropped the YT part. So
it's just Urban Legends Unleashed. Just that's it. That's all. I do want to add something here. The stupid craft is something only me and Sam would understand, just because when we were like 8, we posted Minecraft videos. Sam appeared in one of those videos. Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, back to you, Ken. Alright.
hold on, right? Let's see here. So I see. I've lost my place.
You were just explaining to us about, the Legends After Midnight Instagram page and TikTok page.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. So after that, Orion, would you like to mention the store and put it into a better perspective than what I said earlier?
So yeah, as he was saying, our funny skits and behind the scenes footage we posted on our Instagram page. More on that another time. Last thing I would like to mention is the store that Conrad literally just brought up, brought up. Okay, anyway, brought up. Like you said before at the beginning of this video, if you would like to go to urbanlegendsunleashed.com, repeat, urbanlegendsunleashed.com, you can help support us by getting yourself a shirt or a hat. Each shirt or hat is made and designed by yours truly, no, and Cameron, I guess. But anyway, yeah, go check out the store. As we were saying before, every dollar from every sale will be taken out and donated to a wounded veterans charity. We will be recording ourselves doing this, giving the money to them, and we will be posting that on the Instagram page as proof, so you guys know that you aren't getting just blown off and getting lied to. Promise we're not going to do that. Anyways, thank you for listening, and after the podcast. Yay! Podcast. All right. So, I think that was the best time to discuss what we heard in the story and more about. To be honest, so far, out of the very little podcast, the two, this so far is the best story that we've had yet. Just with how detailed and long it is. I know you guys love a long story for all those podcast lists. No, don't worry, I love it too. Yeah. It looks really puts in how the Flatwoods monster, it puts it into perspective and whatnot. How creepy it is, the creepy vibes we get from the story as well. I did like how it was mainly true to the history of it as well, so I did like that. It's overall a good listen, a good read when Orion had me read it. It was so I will give him credit. He could go. But also the names of this has been, oh yeah, they're good. They're very basic white people names. So I guess those are great names. Here, spectacular, buddy. They fit right with the story. For Virginia, yes, I think so. Like, if I had to pick names, I would pick those names. As far as the Flatwoods monster is concerned, though, it is true to the story, almost true to the story, almost officially. We'll mention the story again at that point. But the creature also does not even have an official color scheme to it. There's, like, it can be blue, yellow, red, or gray. Read colorblind. You're colorblind. You say, oh, look, it's dark gray on light gray. What? Yeah. But there is also no proof of what was really seen as. Ryan's, your thoughts or your explanation? Well, that's exactly what I was going for with this story. Keeping it close to the true story while making it our own. So the story of the Flatwoods monster was very similar to the one that you just heard above. Only this one, it was seen by 3 boys, a dog, and a mother. And like I said, the reason, I haven't said shit, my bad. The reason I say a mother, because she's only a mother to 2 of the boys. I'll be getting right into that just now. So the story goes that the May brothers, Ed, age 13, and Freddie, age 12, were playing in the yard with their friend Tommy Hire, age 10, when they saw a red light up a hill. After seeing it, the brothers ran to get their mother and their dog, and I'd assume they got the dog because they thought the dog was powerful, something like that. Before running up this hill and to see whatever is making this red light, that's unnormal, that's unusual for this, especially in West Virginia. Only to run back moments later with the look of sheer terror on their faces.
Yes.
After this, the headline: residents of 7 Braxton County report seeing a 10-foot tall Frankenstein-like monster in the hills above Flatwoods. That is the real story. At least that's the one they told and they claim happened. Anything you'd like to add, Sir Conrad?
Yes, I would actually. With all the reports, this creature has started bringing up attention around the place with all the newspaper places going off and whatnot, attracting all of its attention, getting more newspapers out, and even making, like we said in the beginning, national news.
National with capital letters.
Yeah. This tale of
I keep throwing
the actual tale, the real tale, not the story we originated, is still told to this very day. Like, if you go to Flatwoods, they will tell the story that we just told, probably. Some variation of it.
Yeah, I'd about to say it's probably not gonna be a probably. They'll tell you, but they won't tell you the exact same story because it's a urban legend that put their town on the map.
Yeah. But in Flatwoods, West Virginia, you can also, you can find this convention with games and whatnot.
What do you mean? What games?
Oh, wait.
What
Sorry,
he meant?
not games.
What he meant to say that there's also games that have
games and conventions about the monster. My brain is dying. It's been a long day. They basically celebrate the sighting of it in the convention. They ask people how it is. Like, there's experts on it and whatnot. And as far as the games go, Ryan, would you like to tell us about that?
Well, yes, sir. I would love to tell you, sir. So yes, there were games that had the Flatwoods monster in them. Some of the newest of those games being Fallout 76. That isn't the only thing keeping the legend alive. In West Virginia, there is a museum of the Flatwoods monster, and there is a yearly festival that it takes place June 12th and 13th of this year. Disclaimer, you may see us there. With that being said, here's a little fun fact about this legend. Other legends just as famous, if not more famous, were also born from this one story. So, Conrad, you have any idea what that legend could possibly be?
Right. You may have heard its movies and whatnot and all that, but it is the Men in Black came from this legend. How that came to be, for as far as this legend goes, though, a guy named Gary Barker, he writes about UFO stuff. He's a UFO investigator, as he publicly is known. But he saw some guys asking around the public, asking them what this monster is and where the sightings were and whatnot. And even Gary, and along with his buddies, got threatened by the Men in Black, saying, "Hey, tell us everything, or we'll do something." I know that's a weak threat, but I don't know what it said. That's all I'm really going to say. The Men in Black is for another video, another podcast, in this case, at a later date.
A later date. I love it. What he meant to say was at a later date. And this Gary Barker guy, just so you guys know, he was known for trying to take UFOs, aliens, and etc., trying to just profit off of them, make up stories. So they, yes, the credibility of this one here or there, but there's more reports than just from him. He just tried to publicize it and make it quick buck off.
Yes.
But yeah, while I do agree, we will be doing a full episode podcast on the Men in Black later. Don't worry about it right now. Just crumble it up, throw it away in the trash can, forget about it. While, while that is cool, that this legend also gave life to one I can say arguably a lot more well known than this one. I think what people remember most about this creature is that not only did it scare the absolute hell out of anyone that saw it, but
That poor dog.
I wonder how the dog felt. But but just the overall mystery of like, where did this thing even come from? Like one day you're just chilling in your yard, next day, hey, there's a red light up there. That's not normal. What? Like, where did this come from?
Yeah. It is certainly scary if you saw that outside your window. I mean, I don't want a creature looking out there and being like, I, uh, anyway.
Yes. And so,
Are you good, buddy? You need to drink some water?
Yeah.
Drink your water, man. Come on, chill out. Calm down.
Give me a moment, people. Give me a moment. All right. I say this tale and creature honestly came from space. There's multiple evidence, if you research it, that it came from space. The MIB was involved in it. It has to be from space. But MIB was not strictly known to space stuff. But again, another video, another time. There's certainly evidence, well, there's only one physical evidence, which is a drawing of the creature.
From the two boys that originally saw it, they drew the creature and showed it to the newspaper. Yay!
But it also remains a mystery of what it officially looks like. Like I said earlier, there is no color scheme to it that we can officially get. If anything, this is a cover-up of a paranormal investigation by the government. What do you think, Ryan?
So yeah, I personally think that it could be from the government experiment that has escaped, or why like, that would explain why they went out and sent people out looking for it. You know, the U.S. Supporting that, the U.S. Air Force even made a UFO statement after this happened and was part of something called Project Blue Book, which you can Google. It is really a thing. You want to fact check me? Go ahead and do it. There are even reports of planes flying over the forest, surveying the area, and they claim to be looking for was any Russian bombs. Does that make sense? The middle of West Virginia, in a small town? Yeah, there's tons of Russian bombs there. But I think, like Conrad said, it was for sure a cover-up for what they were really looking for. But anyway, that is what I think about it. Just say.
Just saying?
Yeah, just
saying? Well, it's getting late for us, and we coming to this close to the end of this podcast. So let's get into our final thoughts and conclusion. So my final thoughts are officially, like we said, I think, well, like I said, I think it's a government cover up to something we don't officially know about, with officials coming and asking, interviewing people, doing a whole investigation about it, and the newspaper saying, hey, people, have you seen this monster around? Or the fact that the real story still proving that this could be real. So that's what I think about everything. Ryan, what are your final thoughts?
So my final thoughts, the last thing I'd like to mention about this is that maybe it does just go to show you that there are things that are being hidden from us, like the public, that we may never really know, like what is out there. There's because the government's just hiding all this stuff from us. So we're never gonna for sure know what's out there. I mean, like for real, if they just stop exploring the ocean, like why did they not stop doing that? There's got to be something that right.
Atlantis.
Hey, I'm gonna discover that.
That's all. Well, with that being said, thanks for watching, joining us. Check out our other stuff. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment any location you want us to visit. Any play, goodbye. I'm done here. I'm tired.
That's fair. Well, like Conrad said, thank you for joining us here at Legends After Midnight as we venture further into our Urban Legends Unleashed series. And thank you to Conrad for co-hosting this one with me. And as always, thank you for watching, and good night.